Guys, I no longer have any idea what's going on. You remember last episode when I said, "Peace, y'all, I'm gonna go get drunk"? Well, apparently the entire country decided to take my advice. The whole entire country. So on Friday night, I got super drunk. Yes, my friends were there. I mean, they were a little drunk too, but nobody was as drunk as me. I mean, I went completely off the rails. I went way too far. It was just, I mean, things were completely insane. I don't know. Maybe they weren't that bad. No, they were that bad. They really were bad. So I basically, I mean, there's still alcohol left over from on Friday. I mean, literally, my desk is stained with alcohol. There's still vodka on the floor. I mean, it's just a complete mess. But the reason why this is relevant is because while I was doing insane college shit on Friday night, apparently, or Saturday morning, apparently, early, I'm not sure if it was early Saturday morning, maybe it was early Friday morning, I'm not sure. I was also drunk the night before as well, so however you put it, I was still pretty drunk, okay? Now, that very night, apparently some psycho, an absolute crazy person, conspiracy theorist, decided to break into Nancy Pelosi's husband's home, or, well, both their home. It was only Paul Pelosi that was home, though. Some psycho broke into their home in San Francisco and tried to beat Paul Pelosi to death with a hammer. Now, the guy was charged with, I believe it was assault, attempted murder, elder abuse. There was another one thrown in there. Now, apparently what happened was the police, they actually found zip ties in this dude's bag, right? They found zip ties. Obviously, they found the hammer. Now, ABC News, I'm not sure if it was ABC or whoever it was, originally suggested that there was actually a third person involved in this attack, but apparently that's not the case. They corrected it. There was only two people, right? It was Paul Pelosi and this one other dude, right? And I'll come back to this, but I would actually like to discuss something else, and you'll see how it ties in. Let me explain. So Elon Musk, a few days ago, bought Twitter, right? He wanted to make it a more inclusive environment. He wanted to get people unbanned. He just wanted to make it less of a, he wanted to clean the cesspool, per se. Now, literally, I'm pretty sure it was only hours after Elon Musk buys Twitter, something like this happens, right? So close to the midterms, it's extremely crazy, right? This is a very crazy time. No, I've been saying that for years. It's a fucking insane time. But so what Elon Musk is doing is he's basically saying, okay, we're going to allow all the crazy people back on Twitter, right? This includes Trump, Alex Jones. It can be anybody. I mean, there's a lot of crazy people on Twitter, and you're going to see a lot of crazy people on Twitter, right? All those people were banned. There were plenty of people who were banned that weren't supposed to be banned, but they were, right? Because there's been this ongoing fear out there that anybody who says, even facts sometimes, are conspiracy theorists, right? It's because there's been a long, ongoing, and justifiable one that there's been information out there that is not true. And of course it is true because there's completely, well, when I say that, of course that is true, that it's not true, that people shouldn't worry about the fact that there are conspiracy theorists out there that are saying absolutely crazy shit. I mean, it's one thing to say, like, oh, you know what, I support this candidate, I stand up for this, I stand up for that, and then you get banned for it, right? It's another thing to say, the Holocaust didn't really happen, 9/11 didn't really happen, and the Holocaust, it was just this whole thing. I don't know. I can't think of any crazy conspiracy theory up in my head, but some people say that, right? And they get banned. Now, there's been sort of a controversy as to whether or not people on Twitter should be allowed to say these things because it does have power behind it. And crazy people that attacked the Pelosi's, or Paul Pelosi in this case, will take that to heart and will attack them. That's why Twitter was banning people. Now, Elon Musk, of course, I don't think obviously he doesn't want this type of shit to happen, right? But he is trying to unban more people, make it a more inclusive society in which people can say whatever the fuck they want, right? And Honestly, I kind of agree with it. I think people should be able to say whatever the fuck they want to a certain extent, unless it's extremely harmful. And like, it's one thing if you're just saying one thing, but if you're like cyberbullying and like threatening people, obviously that's going too far, right? Now, Elon Musk, of course, he buys Twitter, and then this whole situation happens, right? And of course, it was backed by tons of conspiracy. This guy who attacked Pelosi was a conspiracy theorist. He was an absolute insane person. Apparently, he was on drugs. He was like a nude activist. When he broke in, he was saying stuff like, "Where is Nancy?" You know that whole chant that was going on the January 6th. I don't know if he was a January 6th conspiracist. I don't even know if he's a right wing conspiracy theorist. He probably, I don't know, maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I haven't done too much research on the guy. All I know is that he's an absolutely insane person, right? And apparently he, I guess, had zip ties with him. He hit Pelosi with a hammer. He said he was going to threaten to like slash Nancy's kneecaps. It was completely insane, right? So that happened, right? And Elon Musk apparently tweeted out in response to Hillary Clinton saying that, oh my God, there's a lot of like conspiracy theories out there. We should completely condemn these people. It's absolutely insane how some are so deranged they'll actually take it to heart. Elon Musk retweeted that there's more to this than the eye see, almost suggesting or almost, yeah, justifying the conspiracy theories that this was some sort of alleged attack where it was just like Pelosi was, I don't know, it could be anything. It was like some gay sex cult or something. That's what some people were assuming because they both had their underwear on, that they only had their underwear on. He was also suggesting that this could be like the whole, I mean, it could really be anything. He was basically justifying, that's the stretch that some people are taking, that he's justifying the right-wing conspiracy theories, right? And the reason people are saying this, it wasn't a stretch because he actually, along with that tweet, he linked a far-right conspiracy theory website. I'm not sure what it was called, but was suggesting that Hillary Clinton, during the 2016 debate, put out a body double to debate Trump when, in fact, she'd actually died on 9/11, which is beyond insane, right? I mean, I think the people that were saying that weren't serious, but it doesn't matter because it's completely insane. He didn't link to that fact exactly, but that's the website he linked to, and the website he linked to is saying that. And this just goes to show how far some people are I'm not saying Elon, I mean, he did delete the tweet. Right? There were plenty of Republicans out there that denounced this guy's actions, said it's terrible, they hope Pelosi gets better. Some said, while they denounced it, it wasn't necessarily right-wing conspiracy theories. But, honestly, I think it kind of was to a certain extent because there's been a lot of conspiracy. And listen, it's not just on the right. This is not an isolated incident. This is an incident that has to do with all social media attack. I mean, you remember Ron Paul got attacked. There was some guy that tried to shoot congressmen a few years ago shouting Bernie Sanders slogans. I mean, this is on both sides. This isn't just a right-wing issue, right? But, that's what's going on right now. And so Elon Musk, thank God he actually, I'm not sure what was going on. I'm not sure why he tweeted that out, but, it's just completely insane. And I think some of the reasons that people are saying this is because apparently the police were unclear about what happened. They thought that since they didn't release any of the tapes, that they didn't release any of the body cam footage, that they can't confirm whether or not this is true. There are some people suggesting that this was like some sort of Jussie Smollett situation, and I pronounce his name like that because, I can't not after watching the Chappelle clip. That was so funny. But I digress. There are some people that are saying like, I bet they both pulled down their underwear and said, "This is MAGA country," or something crazy like that. I don't know. But I think my entire point with me mentioning this is that we're just totally detached from reality to where something as terrible as this is engineered by conspiracy theories, that social media has become so powerful that people are actually taking false information and just it's getting completely out of control. And honestly, this is really, I mean, I'll be honest. I've tried to downplay it in the past when people talk about, oh, how terrible social media is. I'm like, I think it's going to get better, honestly. I don't know if it will anymore. I mean, with the shit that's going on right now, I mean, you see the power it's got, the fact that Elon Musk buys Twitter, and less than a day later, this attack happens. I mean, it's completely absurd. So I hope Paul Pelosi gets. Apparently, he had a skull fracture. I hope he heals as soon as possible, and that this sick individual is put away for a long time because this was just a terrible incident. And what's sad is I wasn't that shocked by it. I mean, at first when I saw it, I'm like, oh God, that's terrible. What's going on? But then when you see all the conspiracy theories that are floating around about this, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. I no longer have any idea what's going on, though. That this is crazy. I have no. I don't know. I guess we'll find out more information about what's going on with this whole situation. I just use the drunk thing as a joke. You know, I'm a college student, so obviously you drink a little too much, but that's cool. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I guess that's all I had to say. I'll upload this video tomorrow. This is taking place Tuesday. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Also, don't drink too much and don't be crazy. Bye-bye.